Hi everyone, good evening. This is Gabby, and today tonight, I wanted to talk to you a little bit on how to increase your vibration and raise your frequency. How do you raise your frequency and increase your vibration? Consciousness and frequency actually go hand in hand. Look who jumped up and is visiting me. That's Garfield. He wants to be a part of my video. We have an energy field around us. This energetic aura connects us to other living beings and the universe around us. Our energy, our life, is a magnet. It attracts experiences in the world to match our energetic field. When you are in a low frequency, you are in a decreased state of consciousness, and your perception is limited. And when you are in a high frequency, you are in a increased state of consciousness, and your perception is heightened. The lower your vibrational frequency is, the less you are able to comprehend.
Because your ego is restricting the flow
of life force and source energy. It's also restricting the flow of intuition and love through your mind and body. The higher your vibrational frequency is the more you are able to comprehend, because you are allowing a greater form of life force through your mind and body. Holding a high vibration and radiating love, not just any love, unconditional love, and non-judgmental love, raises the consciousness of all those who come into contact with you and your energy field. Your emotions are a biochemical feedback system. Your emotions are created to reflect to you at all moments through the day what your vibration is. You can think of a vibration in terms to positive and negative. There are billions of frequencies in there. It's important that you distinguish what positive and negative vibrations are. You can determine what they are by how they make you feel. If you feel an emotion that does not feel good, you are in a low negative vibration. If you are in an emotion that makes you feel good, that's a biochemical indication that you are experiencing or feeling a good, high, positive vibration. So, what creates emotion? Thoughts. Your emotions reflect your thoughts, and your thoughts are a vibration. We want to think about what thoughts we are thinking about that make us feel good or not so good. If you want to increase your vibration, you have to choose thoughts that make you feel good emotionally. Nothing is more important than the thoughts you are thinking. Also, pay attention to the thoughts that you're paying attention to. What are you focused on? Pay attention to that. I just confused you, didn't I? It's all about the thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts. That's ego. Ego. Don't let ego think your thoughts. You need to control your thoughts. Get it? This is what enables a person to hold a super high frequency while interacting with a person that holds a super low frequency. So you cannot focus on things that cause you to feel bad and still hold a high vibration. It doesn't work that way. You must focus on things that cause you to feel good to hold that high vibration. So here's a really great example. So say you're going into a hospital, there's a loved one or a family member that's there. You are absolutely doing no good if you walk into that hospital room focused on injustice that the insurance company may be doing to your loved one. Also, if you walk into that room and you focus on their well-being, their illness, their deep suffering, you are absolutely doing them no good at all. When you do this, you are not practicing unconditional love for them. Nope. You are focusing on negativity towards them and their situation. When you do this, not only are you not caring for their health, you are also not present, which is what they really need while they're in a low vibration. They need you to be totally present. They need you to totally show them what unconditional love looks like. They need you to bring in that positivity and take away that fear. They need to see what that positivity looks like. If I walked into a hospital room where someone was suffering and I focused on their suffering instead of their well-being, my frequency would decrease immediately. Instead of walking into that hospital room and being focused on their suffering, you should focus your vision on them in a perfect state of health. Focus on anything that would bring them relief, anything positive. We should focus on the truth that they are eternal beings and powerful creators. There's nothing to be afraid of, and just make them feel that they are not alone. Now, when you are watching your thoughts, it's not about whether they are true or untrue. They are just thoughts, and they are just drifting by like the clouds in the sky. By doing this, you are being totally present for them, and you are showing them unconditional love. By showing them that unconditional love and energy, that is raising a higher vibration that comes with that kind of focus. Try to focus on how good it feels to hold that person's hand as they transition into death. And look them in the eyes and don't say anything. Just look them in the eyes and show them that it's okay, that there's no fear, that everything's going to be fine. If you are currently focused on negative thoughts, the best thing to do is to meditate. When we are meditating, we are stopping thought. It's much easier to go from a negative space to stopping thought than to a positive. It's much harder to go from a negative focus to a positive focus. Does that make sense? So meditation works really good for that. Alternatively, we can step into something called the observing mind. And that's when you step back without judgment. Without criticizing your thoughts, you kind of just step back and you observe them. Now, when you observe something without judgment, what you are doing is looking at a thought and you're not investing in it. Now, when we invest in a thought, what we are doing is attaching to the idea that it's either true or untrue. Don't judge what you observe or feel. This is stepping outside the ego mind. Allow your ego to express whatever it needs, whether it's rage, grief, self-righteousness, whatever. Just let it out. Writing is really good. Writing your feelings can also be helpful. Just put it in a safe place because you don't want anybody to read your feelings because they can be pretty deep. If you need to cry, yell, or punch a pillow, do whatever you need. Just do it. All you're doing is discharging energy, and that's a good way to discharge energy. You can't resist anything that comes up on the basis of it not being nice. Just consider this process as discharging. You know best what puts you in a high vibrational energy. In other words, you know what brings you joy. So what causes you to feel positive emotion? You should trust yourself above all else, above anything, because you know yourself. But I'm about to list a few things. The things I'm about to list are things that can and will increase your vibrational energy. I'm going to give you some suggestions on how to raise your vibrational energy based on what I'm looking at when I'm watching people vibrationally. Number 1, make conscious positive changes in your lifestyle, beliefs, and fears and judgments. Use your intuition on this one because you most likely know what kind of things you potentially have to change in your life in order to live a high frequency. Number 2, music, because music is one of the most amazing vibrational tools that we have because it crosses all boundaries. It's kind of sidestepping the ego. The ego does not resist the high frequency of music. How could anything resist the high frequency sound of music? So when you use music, you are causing your own vibration to entrain with the frequency of the music you are listening to. So then it is all about being really honest about the music that makes you feel good. So what music makes you feel good? I like soft rock and I love freestyle dance music. Number 3. This one's a really good one. Spend time near people, places, or things which hold a high frequency in and of themselves. It could be spiritual teachers. It could be friends or animals. It could be crystals. Nature. Nature's a really good one. It's a good example which holds a very high frequency because nature is in a state of non-resistance. Anytime you are spending time around something with a higher frequency, you are being caused to entrain with that higher frequency. 4, anything that is inspiring is going to raise your frequency. Read books that cause you to feel good about yourself and the world. Watch movies that make you feel good and inspire you. And listen to spiritual teachers that inspire you and cause you to awaken into your own beautiful, powerful self. Number 5, exercise. Physical movement not only causes the energy to move through and oxygenate your brain, which is good, it stimulates and releases endorphins. Endorphins are like, whoa, they make you feel happy, and happy makes your vibrations and frequencies higher. But if you do an exercise that you don't like, you're going to end up lowering your frequency. So make sure that when you're exercising, and it can be simple, it could be dancing, it could be yoga or walking on the treadmill or just taking a walk around the block or whatever makes you happy. Just do what makes you happy. It could be roller skating. Just keep doing what you love to do, because if you do something you don't like to do, you're going to end up down here, and the point is not to go down there, it's to be up here. You want to make your vibration high. Number 6, aromatherapy and color therapy. They are just like music that causes you to entrain with the frequency of the music. The aroma and color therapy causes you to entrain with the frequency of whatever ingredient went into that aroma, or the frequency of the color you are looking at or wearing. Number 7, write in a journal. It could be a positive aspect journal. It could be a gratitude journal. This doesn't necessarily have to be a journal. I mean, just writing down your thoughts on paper in a notepad is fine. If you have a difficult time writing, I mean, don't do it. But I just find that the writing process is good at helping you to hold a high frequency, because the effort it takes to put a pen to paper is strengthening the vibration of whatever you are focused on. Number 8, spend time in water. Light is the manifestation which holds the closest of vibration to that of pure source energy. Water is second to that. Its vibration is so close to that of pure source energy that anytime you spend time in water, you are going to be resonating in a very close source to frequency itself. This is why it feels so good to take a shower or a bath, and that is why we have the association of it as cleansing us, because it vibrationally does cleanse us. Number 9 is probably one of my favorites, and I do this quite often. Practice random acts of kindness. Anytime you are projecting and radiating love outwards, you are in a high vibration. It's one of the best things you can do to increase your vibration. And one of the things I like to do when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I like to pay for the person's order behind me. That's what I do as in one of my random acts of kindness. Number 10, inquiry. Any questioning you do will bring you to higher and higher levels of awareness and will set you free from the illusion of fear and limits. The more you know yourself and the more you get outside the box of being deeply introspective, looking into oneself, the easier it becomes to permanently hold a high frequency. Number 11, laugh and smile. Anything you can do or say or think, watch, or be around that causes you to smile or laugh is automatically going to raise your vibration and increase your vibration. Laughter is what you can think of as the byproduct of increased vibration. It is what happens when the increased vibration causes you to discharge some of that positive energy. So spend time really trying to seek out things that make you smile and laugh. You're really going to have to dedicate yourself to happiness and prioritize your own personal happiness above everything else. If you really care to raise your frequency, you really have to prioritize and focus on yourself and your own personal happiness. Truly dedicated to raise and higher your vibration, raise your frequency and higher your vibration. You really cannot afford the luxury of one negative thought. However, if you have a negative thought, you should never resist it. And don't get frustrated. If you get frustrated about having a negative thought, then you are resisting resistance. In other words, you are fighting fire with fire. So just accept where you are and express it in a healthy way. And then move forward in the direction that makes you emotionally happy or something that makes you feel good emotionally. And remember that anything that brings you joy will raise your vibration. Just be committed to your own personal happiness. Just remember that your emotions are the indicator of what your vibration and frequency is. So the better you feel, the higher your frequency is, and it's really that simple. All right, everyone, I hope this video was really helpful for you. Have a blessed week. Love and light.